Welcome you all to the new session of computer graphics. In the previous session, we learned two algorithms in Bresenham's line drawing algorithm section. One algorithm was designed for the lines with slope less than 1 and the second algorithm was designed for the lines with slope greater than 1. Today we will be seeing a few problems as if how you can use these algorithms and you can find the pixel positions that lie between two endpoints. Let us start with our first question. Suppose you are given a question like this. Generate all the points between the line endpoints 10, 10 and 2018 using Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So it is clear that you have to use Bresenham's line drawing algorithm and only two inputs are given to you, that is the starting point and the ending point. So we can write in this fashion. So the first point is 10, 10. From the first point we will get two information, that is x1 and y1. So the value of x1 is 10 and the value of y1 is 10. So we clearly write it as x1 as 10 and y1 as 10. From the second point, which is 2018, we get two new information, the values of x2 and y2. So we can write value of x2 is 20 and value of y2 is 18. So from the inputs we get the values of x1, y1 and x2, y2. From this we can calculate delta x and delta y. How can we calculate delta x? Delta x is x2 minus x1, which is 20 minus 10, and 20 minus 10 is 10. After obtaining the value, you have to find the modulus of the result. Modulus of 10 is 10 itself. So value of delta x is 10. Then find the value of delta y, and delta y can be found using y2 minus y1. Okay. Now value of y2 is 18 and y1 is 10. So y2 minus y1 is 18 minus 10, which is 8. Clear? Again take the modulus value and finally you will get answer as 8. So you got two values. Value of delta x is 10 and value of delta y is 8. From this it is clear that delta x is greater than delta y. And since delta x is greater than delta y, it is a clear-cut case of line with slope less than 1. So you have identified the case. It is a line with slope less than 1. Since the case is identified, it is clear that you have to use the algorithm for the line with slope less than 1. And according to that algorithm, you have to find the constants 2 delta y and 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So the value of 2 delta y is 2 into value of delta y. Value of delta y is 8. So 2 into delta y is 2 into 8, which is 16. And second constant is find 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. 2 delta y means 2 into 8, because value of delta y is 8 and value of delta x is 10. So 2 into 8 minus 2 into 10, which is 16 minus 20, and your final answer is minus 4. So you got the constant values. Two constant values are already computed. As per the algorithm, after computing the constant values, you have to find the value of P0. And the equation for finding P0 was P0 equal to 2 delta y minus delta x. Substituting the values in the given equation, you will get the answer 6. Clear? So after obtaining the constant values and P0, now you have to find what? Now you have to find the pixel points, that means the xy values you must plot. So you are going to find the plotting points. So to find the plotting points, you have to specifically write the case. This is a case where delta x is positive, delta y is also positive, and you are going to take slope m less than 1. So write these three values. We have identified that here delta x is positive, delta y is positive, and we are talking about a case where slope m is less than 1. So what will be the plotting point according to the table rule? According to the table rule, if delta x is positive, then irrespective of pk positive or pk negative, in both these cases x will increment. Since delta x is positive, in both these cases x will increment. And since it is a slope m less than 1 case, y will change only in pk positive and y will not undergo any change in pk negative. So when pk is positive, what change will y have? See, since delta y is positive, definitely the y value will increment when pk is positive, and y will not have any change when pk is negative. So you got the point. What is the point? If pk is positive, x will increment and y will increment, and if pk is negative, x will increment but y will not have any change. Now what about the pk plus 1 values? As per the algorithm, if pk is positive, pk plus 1 will be pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x, and if pk is negative, pk plus 1 is pk plus 2 delta y. So this is the order in which you have to do the calculations. First, from the points, find the values of delta x and delta y. Depending on which of them is greater, identify whether it is a slope m less than 1 case or greater than 1 case. Once the case is identified, find the appropriate constants and use appropriate equation to find the value of P0. Then go and find the case. Here in our situation, both delta x and delta y are positive, and it is a slope m less than 1 case. Because of this situation, the plotting points and pk plus 1 values are appropriately calculated. Now let us move on to the problem section. In the problem section, you have to draw 5 columns, where the first column is represented by k, second column is used to store the values of pk, third column stores the values of next value of x, fourth column stores next value of y, and fifth column to compute the next value of pk. So draw 5 columns. As I already told you, you have to repeat certain process. How many times? In this situation, that is in m less than 1 algorithm, you have to repeat the process delta x times. That means value of delta x is 10, so you have to repeat the process 10 times. What process? That means 10 times you have to find the value of pk, you have to find the value of pk plus 1, you have to find the value of x and y. These are the values you have to find 10 times. But how? See, the algorithm says begin the value of k from 0. So in the first row, you will write the value of k as 0. When k is 0, pk means p0. Since the value of k is 0, what is pk? Pk becomes p0. So in the first row, you have to write the value of k as 0 and value of pk means value of p0. So here you will write the value of P0, which is computed as 6. So k is 0, P0 is computed. After computing the pk value, you have to check whether the sign of pk is positive or negative. But here the sign of pk is positive. And as per the rule, if pk is positive, x and y should increment. So the starting point was 10, 10. This was the starting point. Since pk is positive, x will increment to 11 and y will also increment to 11. Now I am going to compute the value of pk plus 1. As per the rule, if pk is positive, pk plus 1 should be this, pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So I have written the equation pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. Value of pk is 6. 6 plus value of 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. 2 delta y minus 2 delta x minus 4. 6 plus minus 4. 6 plus minus 4 is 2. Clear? So in the first row we have already computed the value of pk, which becomes that means pk plus 1 means pk value for the next step, next pk. So this value will be used in the second row. This time the value of k becomes 1. So one iteration is finished. In the second iteration the value of k becomes 1. Here the new value of pk will be used, that is calculated value, which is calculated here. So using pk plus 1 is computed and that value will be used here. So in the next row k is 1, current value, then present value of pk is 2. Again repeat the process. If pk is positive, x will increment, y will increment. Compute the next pk value using this equation. If pk is positive, then use this equation to find pk plus 1. Again pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. Pk means 2. Value of 2 delta y minus 2 delta x is minus 4. So 2 plus minus 4. 2 plus minus 4 is minus 2. So again we have completed one more iteration, and in the next iteration k becomes 2 and the current pk, that is the pk which is calculated here, is written here. So now pk value is minus 2. Now what happened? pk became negative. When pk is negative, what is the rule? When pk is negative, x should increment but y should remain same. That means from 12 x became 13, x incremented, but y will not increment, y will be the same value. That is next value of y will be the previous value of y itself. Y will not have any change, only x increments. And now if pk is negative, what is the next value of pk? Plus 1. If pk is negative, pk plus 1 can be computed using pk plus 2 delta y. So I used the equation pk plus 2 delta y. That is minus 2 plus, what is the value of 2 delta y? 2 delta y is 16. So I can write minus 2 plus 16. Minus 2 plus 16 is plus 14. Okay. So in the next iteration k becomes 3 and value of pk becomes 14. Again pk is positive. If pk is positive, both x and y will be incremented. So the previous value of x and y was 13 and 12. So from 13 x incremented to 14 and from 12 y incremented to 13. So in this way, each iteration you have to find the value of pk. Depending on whether pk is positive or negative, you have to increment the values of x and y. If pk is positive, both x and y will be incremented. If pk is negative, only x incremented, y is not incremented, y remains the same. Then using appropriate equation, that means if pk is positive, use pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x to compute the value of pk plus 1. If pk is negative, then use pk plus 2 delta y to compute the equation value of pk plus 1. So in this way, in each iteration you have to compute the values of pk plus 1, which becomes the next value of pk. Continue this process how many times? Delta x times. What is the value of delta x? Delta x was 10. So this is the last iteration. This is 9. I asked you to repeat 10 times. Why I stopped here? Because the starting iteration number was 0. From 0 to 9 means we have already finished 10 iterations. So when we will cross the 10th iteration, we will automatically reach the last point. That means x will become 20 and y will become 18, and this 18 is our final point. So from the starting point 10, using the algorithm, we have computed all the pixel positions which lie between 10 and 2018. So if you have correctly applied the algorithm, during the last iteration automatically the value of x2 y2 will be obtained. So once all the points are calculated, what you can do, once all the points are calculated, you have to plot them on a graph. So how can you draw the graph? Draw in this way, certain number of columns and certain number of rows. X-axis represents the row column numbers and y-axis represents the row numbers. That means this is typically for representing the x values and this is for typically representing the y values. So what is the x and y range? The value of x should range from 10 to 20. So mark the values of x from 10 to 20. Value of y should range from 10 to 18. So value of y ranges from 10 to 18. If all the row numbers and column numbers are marked, now we can mark the pixel positions. Let me explain how. The first pixel position you have to plot is 10 10. This is the starting point, 10 10. That is 10 10. So this pixel is the first pixel. What is the next pixel? 11 11 is the next pixel. So 11 11 pixel marked. 12 12 is the next pixel. 12 12 next pixel marked. Then comes 14 13. So next pixel is one more pixel is there. 13 12 13 12 is there. So 13 12 marked. Then comes 14 13. So 14 13 marked in this way. Each of these xy pixel position needs to be plotted on the graph. Once all points are identified on the graph, you can start shading them. Okay, so after shading, the line will appear in this form. So this is how using Bressenheim line drawing algorithm, pixel positions that lie between the starting and ending points are found out and are plotted on the screen. You can clearly observe that this is the starting point 10 10 and this is the last point 2018. So using algorithm you have found all these points in between. Clear?